My apologies. I wasn't trying to display or anything. Everyone's talking about the visitors come from Aetherius, and I wanted to see what the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetherius refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. But wait, you still haven't visited Domo's house. Once you see that, you'll understand how wonderful the moon is. Truly, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you at the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. So your job is growing.
In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
We're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Autumn Dawn, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Autumn, we'll be using the teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. Oh boy! The next homing area.
Ready in the teleporter.
Oh, I got your name wrong, your voice wrong entirely.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Okay, I'm fine. Yeah, that's right, they are.
Private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Ooh. Oh, how convenient.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously.
The best ways of espionage are the ones that are unintended.
Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really, but the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Aetherius are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
Hey, that's...
You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
Oh, okay, let's poke at that old salted wound, why don't we?
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I'm terribly sorry for the mix-up.
Shh! You blowing my cover!
It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see.
Son of a bitch. All's veil that ends veil. Sure. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this and that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Aetherius wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we've been striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. We've already had a look around the Curatorium, but wait till you see what's waiting for you on the east end of the borough. Follow me? Missions on the moon. Carrots is what's for dinner. And 2 carrot currents. Oh god, that's not a crime. Crimes on the moon! We're gonna mean Moon Police. Good, you're here. Through this door is the greatest End's Veil. It was named because it is the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand that people of Aetherius enjoy taking leisurely strolls through natural spaces in the light, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. God help me if they're carrot trees. Where are trees? That's not very many trees. So, what did you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? It's... explosive. I couldn't see the forest or the trees. I didn't see any... Wait, you don't need those crystals out there, are... This as transcendent as burrowing your face in the turquoise plumage and taking a good long whiff. Let's see. Let's do the crystal thing. Right you are! Our forest is made of crystals and constructs, dotting the landscape as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we'd never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as you'd find in a forest on Aetherius. The fountain here behind us, powered by a rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. It's spherical! If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Aetherius. Can we maybe? Could we touch hands? Hold on, I see conversation. Ask if what? What do you mean base? We're taking the materia eating meme a little too far here. What? No! I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals of Aetherius, but we don't eat them, certainly not this one. And there was a brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetherius. The Allagan's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can't tell you how much we were relieved when Hyland informed of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Maybe up here, or certainly not down on the planet. Thanks again for coming here, by the way. I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it means a lot to me. Hey, Shoal. Dagrid. There you are. I think you've already received the grand tour. I think we missed it. Wrong way, I've been looking all over for you. Ah, those two return. Oh, is this about the teleporters to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? Can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you're now all more than welcome to continue looking around the borough. Now come along, Glowing Way. So, Urianger, any secrets you want to talk about? Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There's another man I wish yet begs for my attention. Of course, we can accompany you, do you like? Nay, that will not be necessary, if you'll excuse me. I thought you said you swore off these secretive bullshits of yours. Back to old tricks. That's not an ominous picture. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping us in counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? You shall learn I will remain here and see what we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Oh boy, and there's text too. Duck. Did you see him, boy? Bark once for yes, twice for no. He's right there. Go, go. Or are we following him discreetly? Oriange ventures off into Mare Lamentorium for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he sense your presence. Okay, discreetly then. Maybe I shouldn't have my chocobo out. Worry not, there is no chocobos here. Certainly not on the moon.
Thine arrival is timely as ever.
How so?
Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Livingway, I presume?
Accidentally, but yeah.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. When Grahar did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Minfilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbritter, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
I mean, honestly, sometimes there's just no right answer. I want to do both of these. I mean, this is more indicative of how we've been going in this story. Have faith in yourself and your decisions. Take heart and protect well those who can.
Sage counsel indeed.
I mean, I did unlock Sage.
I see. wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
I can't either, honestly.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Bun.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Good thing sneaking away isn't among them. In truth, my reasoning for traveling hither was to effect a plan of my own. A plan which may pave the way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, thou'st join me in my endeavor. If only to keep you out of trouble. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Best Boy's Burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetherius. To make clear our resolve to the Loporrits, I would offer them a gift. But its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Not carrots! What? Ah, an abundance of sponge-oil. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the Pneumo, I believe these shall be suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic required considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch while I perform the incantation? Ah yes, guard duty. For what else would a sword be good for? There, 'tis done. And magic to ink, every ounce is efficacious as crafted by the Pneumo. Rare is the occasion I would conjure my own, but is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessive of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loporrits will appreciate. Autumn, Oriage! Oh, thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten, or perhaps falling into a crater. Yashala has been looking all over for you, Autumn. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She was also quite clear she wishes to speak with Autumn alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Oriage. But worry not, it just so happens we need your help with an errand, delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to Bestway's Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporrits, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating that I would betray the trust of Highland's Chosen, or worse, do anything to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side? She's clearly not one to be crossed, nor made away. Now off with you! Worry not, Autumn, I shan't be long. I almost said worry not, Oriage.